What's going on, guys? Vital Syntax here. And I was playing some more Battlefield 3 the other day, and I decided to do a knife-only round. Well, it actually wasn't knife-only, but I tried to get as many knife kills as I could in a round. I got a couple kills with the AEK. This map in general, I think, is really awesome for trying to go for knife kills. I was playing in team deathmatch, as you guys can see, and there's just so much shrubbery and objects and stuff that you can try and flank behind your enemies. And I also find that if you play in like a lower player count server, it's a lot easier to rank up the knife kills, because if you're playing in like even like a 24-person server or a 32-person server, anything higher than that in team deathmatch on this size of a map, it's like right when you're knifing somebody, or you're right when you're about to knife somebody, or when you're trying to get up behind somebody, you're gonna get shot by one of that player's teammates, because, you know, there's so many people on his team. But if you're playing, I think this is like 6v6 or something like that. So it was kind of slow, but it was also just so fun to get knife kills. And I think I ended up with like 29 or 30 knife kills. And for me, I don't know, I've never really been into using the knife in any game. And in Battlefield especially, I have very few kills with the knife in comparison to how many kills I have with any other weapon in the game. If you were going to compare to my ratio of knife kills to weapon kills with most people, I think I would be like the lower, like 10 to 25% or something along those lines. But I don't know, it's really fun. And I thought I'd give you guys some tips on knifing in this game, some strategies that I kind of figured out about flanking and juking enemies. That's really what it's all about. It's all about movement around the map and trying to trick your enemies. Then I also wanted to talk about Battlefield 4 and the knife system that we might see in that. So as you guys can see, what you want to do is you want to try and weave in and out of the buildings, weave in and out of cover, go in the bushes and the shrubbery as much as you can, use that as cover, and you want to act like you're going in one direction, then turn around and go the other way. Now, if you know that the person you're trying to knife is a skilled player, you know, he has a lot of experience with the game, maybe he's a high level, maybe he has a really good score in the game, then try and do the double juke, which can work sometimes, where you go around the corner, you act like you're juking, and then you go back around the corner like you normally would, and you keep running around the building or whatever object, you know, it might be a rock or a tree or something along those lines, and you can try and juke him out again. I find that works out sometimes if you're playing against a higher level opponent that kind of knows the in and outs of maneuvering around the map. Now, in Battlefield 3, the knife takedown is the one-hit kill. If you use the swipe, it's a two-hit kill, and it seems like in Battlefield 4, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the knife takedown, but they're also introducing the counter knife. And I looked at a couple of interviews and saw some other videos of people that were at 3 about the knife mechanics. Supposedly you can only counter when you're standing up. If you're on the ground prone or something like that, you cannot counter. Although in one of Jack Fragg's videos you can clearly see the counter thing comes up, but supposedly one of the DICE developers says you can't. So it's still unclear whether or not you're going to be able to counter in every situation, or it's only when you're being attacked from standing or crouched and not prone. We don't know about that. And also, coming from the same developer, they said that you can only counter knife if it's from the front, and maybe if it's from the sides. But if you're getting a knife from the back, if you flank all the way behind him and you do that knife takedown animation, then they won't be able to repel or do the counter attack. And in Battlefield 3, you're not supposed to be able to do a knife takedown from the front. It glitches out a lot of the times because there's lag and there's pings, and sometimes you'll be able to do the animation from the front, but it's not supposed to be that way. So it seems like in Battlefield 4, there will be a default frontal knife takedown, but if you're going to risk something like that, then they can counter it. And the counter can't be countered, so you can't do a counter. Like if you're knifing the guy, he counters it, you can't counter his counter. Because then he could counter your counter and you could counter his counter, and it would just end up in this like brawl fight of MMA, and it's not an MMA game, this is Battlefield. So anyway, you guys can see the score. I ended up almost, I think, halfway, or a 2 KD, which was pretty fun. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Thanks for watching.